Hi everyone, Cosmic Mango here, your favourite mango from outer space. The world of Commander is vast, filled with possibilities and almost limitless deck brewing. In a universe like this, many wonderful commanders get left unnoticed, waiting in the shadows to be found. Today I'll introduce powerful commanders that offer a unique set of strategies and synergies you may have overlooked. These legendary creatures are surprisingly effective and will add a fresh perspective to your next EDH deck. These are commanders you didn't know you needed. Before we do take a look at these cards, please don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell for more awesome commander videos. It really is greatly appreciated. So without further ado, sit back, relax and enjoy the show. Let's check out these sweet commanders. Number 1, Krydle of Boulders Gate. A legendary creature human elf rogue that costs 1 black and 1 blue mana to cast. He has 1 power and 3 toughness and says the following. Whenever a Krydle deals combat damage to a player, that player loses 1 life and mills a card. Then you gain 1 life and scry 1. Whenever you attack, you may pay 2 generic mana. If you do, target creature can't be blocked this turn. An uncommon rarity symbol gem. This commander really is superb, especially when you stop to consider it only costs 2 total mana to cast. Whenever we manage to deal combat damage to a player with this commander, that player loses 1 life and mills a card. Then we gain life and scry 1. So not only does this offer some life drain, we also can disrupt opponents' libraries and gain some advantage ourselves with that scry effect. This mill ability is perfect for removing something a player may have tutored for with a card like Mystical Tutor and have added a card on top of their library. These sort of effects happen more often than you think. Cards such as Ponder and Brainstorm, for example, do this sort of stuff all the time. The real juice though, or should I say the spice, is that 2 mana ability, which lets us pick a target creature whenever we attack and make it unblockable. So good. This opens doors for a few great routes in deck building. The 2 main being a go wide route, which is a deck that requires a lot of creatures, hopefully with evasive properties in the first place, or good stats, and use our commander and your mana to make them unblockable. Or the probably most optimal and fun route is going full on Voltron. Make Krydle a Voltron powerhouse with that unblockable ability, and stack up equipments and auras. You will have an absolute blast. Here's a cool card to combine with this commander. Combat Research, an enchantment aura spell that costs 1 blue mana to cast, and it says the following. Enchant Creature. Enchanted creature has, whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. As long as enchanted creature is legendary, it gets +1/+1 and has ward 1 generic mana. So, this is one of my fave auras, especially for blue decks. It only costs 1 blue mana to cast and offers so much great card text. Effective card draw, a decent buff, and protection with that ward 1. Very good. Overall, Quiddle of Baldur's Gate is a very cool commander, offering a great set of abilities for such a low casting cost. This could be the commander you're looking for. Who knows? You can buy this commander for around 35 cents, making it very budget friendly to pick up. Number 2, Captain Ripley Vance, a legendary creature human pirate that costs 1 red and 2 generic mana to cast. It has 3 power and 2 toughness and says the following. Whenever you cast your 3rd spell each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Captain Ripley Vance. Then it deals damage equal to its power to any target. So this is such a quirky commander that can actually pack a serious punch once its basic requirements can be met. The larger this captain's power is, the more damage you're going to do with that triggered ability. You can seriously bring the heat with this fiery captain. Captain Ripley Vance is a strong commander in Magic the Gathering, particularly in aggro, spellslinger and storm strategies. Ripley Vance's ability rewards you for casting multiple spells in a turn. In this case, the magic number is 3. This synergizes well with low to cast burn spells such as Lava Spike and Lightning Bolt. Since her ability triggers on the 3rd spell, she encourages a fast, aggressive playstyle and try to find ways to gain some good old impulse draw to get those spells slinging. If you're a fan of mono red aggro decks, then she makes a strong contender for a commander. Plus, she is rarely played within the format, so you'll be bringing some uniqueness to the table to get all the players interested. Unlike traditional Storm commanders that rely on big combo turns, Ripley Vance pressures opponents with +1/+1 counters and life loss upon that third spell cast, making her harder to disrupt than pure, combo decks. Only problem is, if an opponent targets her with removal, this massively hinders our game plan, so add some protection to keep her safe. Hexproof, Shroud, Indestructible, all that type of stuff. This commander is budget friendly and flexible. She doesn't require expensive mana rocks or combo pieces to be effective, just a set of efficient spells, making her a great budget commander that can still compete at a higher power level. She really is a lot of fun to play. What do you all think of this commander? Let me know. You can buy this commander for a very good price, as right now she's around 35 cents to purchase. Number 3, Naif of the Dire Hunt. A legendary creature human warrior that costs 2 green and 2 generic mana to cast. She has 3 power and 3 toughness and says the following: whenever one or more creatures you control fight or become blocked, draw a card. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may pay 2 generic mana and either 1 red or green mana. If you do, double target's creature's power until end of turn. That creature must be blocked this combat if able. Okay, so Naif's abilities revolve around combat tricks, force combat fights, and tactical decisions, perfectly capturing her essence as a relentless hunter. Her 2 key abilities create a dynamic and interactive playstyle. Fight-based card draw, which is a brilliant style where you are going to be focusing on creatures fighting, because whenever your creatures fight or become blocked, Naif rewards you with card draw, turning combat into a source of card advantage. This works great with fight spells like Prey Upon, as well as forced blocks. Naif can force opponents to block your creatures, clearing the way for attacks while doubling their power when they're blocked. This leads to explosive combat turns where even mid-sized creatures can deal massive amounts of damage. These mechanics make her gameplay highly engaging, blending aggression with strategic decision making. It's a lot of fun. Here's a real enjoyable card and, well, a kind of funny card to add to this commander deck, and it is Unnatural Growth. An enchantment spell that costs 4 green and 1 generic mana to cast. It says the following: at the beginning of each combat, double the power and toughness of each creature you control until end of turn. With our commander Naifs, you'll rapidly see how fun and powerful doubling power on creatures can be. Well, Unnatural Growth is going to offer even more doubling on every combat, not just on our own, also on our opponents. This card is mighty powerful and high progressive. At the right time, this can literally help you win the game. It's so good, one of my all-time favorite enchantments. Yes, that 4 green mana is a little bit hard to achieve in a 2-color deck, but if you can get it out, you're going to have a lot of fun. Overall, if you like Grawl commanders, then Naif is a really enjoyable and unique choice. This could be what you may be looking for. You can buy this commander for around $18. Yes, a little bit pricey, but she's just so darn cool. Worth trying out if you can get your hands on a copy. Number 4, Sig River Cutthroat. A legendary creature merfolk rogue that costs 2 blue or black hybrid mana to cast. He has 1 power and 3 toughness and says the following: at the beginning of each end step, if an opponent lost 3 or more life this turn, you may draw a card. Damage causes loss of life. Okay, so Sig River Cutthroat is a unique and exciting Dimir commander. There's something about Sig that just clicks for me. Maybe it's his low mana costs, his smooth Dimir colours, or his unusual playstyle. But whatever it is, I find his kit incredibly fun and rewarding. Sig gives you access to blue and black, known as Dimir, a colour pair famous for control, removal, discard, and counter spells. However, unlike traditional Dimir commanders that focus purely on grinding out the game, Sig encourages aggression, specifically dealing free damage to opponents each time you draw cards. You want to be dealing that damage so you can draw those cards, yeah? Which is an aggressive path to take. This twist makes him uniquely versatile. You can play control while pressuring life totals. You can go aggro with evasive creatures to trigger his ability, or you can mix in life drain effects for consistent damage. Heck, if you wanted to, mix all 3 of these things together and have a crazy deck. There really is a great mix of things you can do with this simple yet highly effective commander. If you love crafting synergistic offbeat decks, Sig is perfect. His ability rewards creative deck building. Here's a very cool card to combine with this commander to get an idea on how you may want to build him. Painful Quandary, an enchantment spell that costs 2 black and 3 generic mana to cast. It says the following: whenever an opponent casts a spell, that player loses 5 life unless they discard a card. So this is going to be amazing when paired with Sygg. Not only it works wonders as a sneaky win condition, grinding opponents' life totals down as the game goes on, it's also going to help us trigger Sygg's ability on most turn rotations, since we need opponents to be losing that free life each turn for us to draw a card. Often people may not want to discard their favourite cards and choose to lose a life instead. On a worst case scenario, your opponents may not be losing life, but they're discarding cards. Both is a win-win for us and lose situation for them. Unless they're playing a reanimation deck, then we might be in trouble. Overall though, it is a superb card. So, Sygg is a very versatile and stylish merfolk, able to bring a lot of joy to your commander games. Simple yet effective and very low to cast. You can buy this commander for around $3.50. Number 5, the final commander on my list today, Killian Duelist. A legendary creature, human warlock that costs 1 black and 1 white mana to cast. He has 2 power and 2 toughness and says the following: lifelink, menace, so this creature can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. And finally, spells you cast that target a creature cost 2 generic mana less to cast. Okay, Killian Duelist. Simplicity meets power. At a first glance, Killian might seem underwhelming, but don't let his modest appearance fool you. His abilities, while straightforward, synergize incredibly well and can dominate games with ruthless efficiency. Sometimes simplicity is the ultimate weapon, and Killian proves this. In my opinion, the most powerful way to play Killian is a Voltron route. Play him as a Voltron commander. His ability reduces the cost of any spell targeting a creature by 2 generic mana, making him a budget-friendly one-hit KO threat if he gets large enough. With the right setup, Killian can swing for lethal commander damage shockingly fast, adds protection to him, and he is a real force, hard to stop, a typhoon of power. Furthermore, Killian's cost reduction isn't limited to buffing himself. You could also buff up other creatures you control. It also works on targeted removal and disruption spells. This opens up strong builds. You can really get your deck brew on with this simple yet effective commander. Killian thrives in Voltron, but his versatility allows for multiple strong strategies. Whether you're one-shotting players with commander damage or controlling the board with hyper-efficient removal, he's a sleeper hit within the Urzov color pies. You can buy this commander for around $1.30. Okay, we've arrived to the end of the video. In conclusion, I hope that today I've shown you a cool commander for you to pick up and play. What do you all think of the commanders I've listed? Have any of you played these commanders before? Do you have any recommendations? If so, let me know in the comments section below. I love reading your comments and always try my best to answer them all. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please check out the 2 other videos that should have popped up on the screen. Please could you drop a like, comment and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell to keep updated for more of my future commander content. Thanks for watching everyone, and as always, take care and goodbye.